Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is the first video that you are watching. Hello, my name is Lauren and I am a third year first grade teacher here in Massachusetts. Today's video is going to be a busy day in my life as a teacher. Today is a Friday. It's Friday, December 10th. It's actually a half day for our district, but the afternoon is not like dedicated to one particular thing. It's a half day, and I say that because I know a lot of places you get teacher planning days in that, like, of that nature, but where I work, typically if we have a half day, the other half is like scheduled for you. Like, you have this PD and you have this at this time and this meeting at this time, but today we actually are just getting a 3-hour early release, and then the rest of the day is the rest of the day. And we were even told that if you had like personal things that you needed to get done, you could do that. If you wanted to go work from home, you could do that. So anyways, I'm just feeling in a great mood. I have a new shirt on. I'll stand up and show you guys. It's from Target. It's Wild Fable, so it's from like the junior section, but I just got it yesterday and I'm really loving it. It just put me in the best mood. I already got some compliments at school, so I'm happy. Got my red cup to match with my iced sugar cookie latte. I get it with oat milk, way better. Anyways, gotta plug my watch in because it's dead, and right now takes it off immediately, looks for the time. It is 8:26 and the kids are gonna come in about 4 minutes. This morning is gonna be interesting because I have a feeling I'm gonna be missing quite a few since it is a half day. I already know of 2 who are not coming. So they'll come in, we'll do, what I'm thinking is we'll do just an extra long foundations, and then we'll have like a short reading time, but they're just going to do dirt with daily independent reading time. And then they'll go to specials, and then lunch, and then recess. And then when they come back from recess, I'm just going to have them do free play centers because it's only like 15 minutes. So it's not long enough to be like an instructional block. So they'll do free play centers, clean up, pack up, and go. And then this afternoon I have just some things I want to get done here in my classroom. So I'm not going to be going home. I'm going to be staying here, but I have quite a lot to do. But we'll get there when we get there. First, before we start worrying about the to-do list, we need to worry about the kiddos who are going to come in just a minute. I don't have to wipe the tables because yesterday I stayed late when Teddy, my mini Bernedoodle cutie man, was at daycare, and I moved all of their tables. Not the tables themselves, but like their seating chart. I redid the whole seating chart because our last day before winter break is not until the 23rd, which I feel like should be illegal. But that's not like, it's soon, but it's not that soon. And I could not wait. I was gonna wait until after winter break, but like the talking and like the, you know, when once you figure out a seating like next to each other doesn't work, like it's like, okay, I can make it until this and then I'll change everyone. I could not wait any longer. So yeah, anyways, yesterday I stayed late. I like deep cleaned all the tables, the table caddies, all the supplies, because anytime they're going to switch places, I want to make sure everything is super sanitized, like given current circumstances with the pandemic, if they're going to be moving to a seat that someone else had been previously sitting in. So anyways, all of that to say, the room is already very clean. So that's good to go. Everything is set up. All I need to do is plug in my Apple Watch and then let them in. So let's have a wonderful morning. We're going to do great things, I guess, here at school. I'll catch up with y'all. I won't be able to talk to you during my prep while they're at specials because we do have a collaboration meeting on Fridays, but I'll talk to y'all once the kiddos have left. All right, here we go. Alrighty, y'all. It is later on now. It is about, let me look, 1:20. So the kids are home now. Like I said this morning, we had the option to either stay and work from the building, or if you had like work to do at home or like other things to do, you could leave. So I would say like 80%, maybe even 95% of staff left. However, I have been loading things into my trunk, like classroom things, seasonal items, things that I purchased for my classroom that I've been storing at my house. I don't want to have any of my classroom stuff at my house anymore. It's taking up storage space. I have a life that needs storage space at my house, besides school stuff taking up all of the room. So anyways, in my trunk, and a lot of it I like brought home last year when we were virtual, and it just never like migrated back to my physical space. So like things like teacher's manuals, I had the physical ones at my house, but I would use the digital versions here at school, things like that. So I have a bunch of that in my trunk to unload and bring into my classroom and find space for, which is going to be interesting, but I am confident that I will find a home for it all. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do right now. I had some papers to like grade and file and everything. We did after they got back. let's start from the beginning. The morning was wonderful. We did like an extra long foundations block, like I said. We warmed up with our Haggerty that we always do, phonemic awareness warm-up drills. We did that. And then we did all of our letter sound drills. And we read the story time for this week, which is King Sam. It's just a decodable passage. I always type them up on the computer. Hold on, I'll pull it up. I always type them up and print them for the kids so that they can have them in front of them and they can, here it is. It's going to be backwards, but there it is. I typed it up and put a little clip art of a king on there. So I print them so they have them in front of them. I give them like 3 minutes to mark everything up. So they mark up glued sounds and suffixes and bonus letters and heart words and digraphs and all of like the phonics skills that we've learned. Marking up is the foundations thing, which is the phonics curriculum. I'm sorry I keep touching this part of my hair. It's driving me crazy. It's the foundations phonics curriculum that we use. So they mark it all up. They like identify the phonics skills that we've learned, and then we read it together. We read it a few times because there weren't that many sentences, and I wanted each like student to have a chance to read aloud. So we read it, I think, 3 times through, and then they wrote about like who were the characters, what was the problem, and how did they solve it. The characters were just the king and the kids. The problem was that they didn't like his singing. The solution was they asked him to stop, and he stopped. Anyways, that was fine. And then they had specials and lunch and recess, and when they got back, we did a huge like folder, like paper distribution, and their folders were like busting at the seams. That's my fault. I've been very intentional this year about grading like essential assignments, things like Centers Works. I will say Centers Work sometimes like slips through my cracks, and I just don't feel motivated to grade the Centers Work like daily practice things. But really essential grades, like their like weekly reading comp and things like that, I've been grading regularly and like recording that data digitally regularly. I don't have an actual grade book because we do standards-based grading, which can get you into a bind, because then like you don't have anywhere formally to be like recording numerical grades, and the report cards come and you're offering like a qualitative assessment for students. So anyways, this year I've tried to be way more intentional about collecting those grades, even though like we're not required and I don't have a formal grade book. I have been collecting essential grades digitally. That way when report cards do come, I don't feel like I'm just being like arbitrary or offering a qualitative grade without really having that data to back it up. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox now, but all of that to say, all of that essential work that like really needed to get filed and sent home so that we were like cleared of papers got sent home today, and their folders were popping, along with like their scarecrow crafts and their turkeys and their squirrels and like all of the fall crafts went home today. So I'm a little sad. We did reindeer riding this week, and not sad about that. They're adorable. I'll show y'all. They are back there up on the top where the scarecrows used to be. If you notice, the bottom row is red background paper and the top row is green background paper. I am missing one green one that's supposed to go like right there in the top. That student needed to finish, and he wasn't here today, so he didn't finish it, so I can't hang it up yet. So I'm still gonna have that empty spot until he finishes next week. But that's just me being annoyingly type A. It's fine, he'll finish it and it'll be up there when it gets up there. And I'll leave those up after winter break for a little while. I'm not going to switch those out like right away. But anyways, so that was today. We did the whole like paper pass out thing. Took a long time, and I was dizzy because I was like, the way my classroom is set up in a horseshoe, I was standing in the middle and I was turning and passing, and then by the end of it I thought I was going to fall over. Then we did free play, and a lot of my students wanted to draw today, so I was like, oh, would you guys like me to play like a directed drawing video? And they're like, yeah, reindeer. So we did a Rudolph reindeer directed drawing from Art for Kids Hub, and for like the last like 10 minutes I just let them have some bonus playtime, because our rear doors open directly to like a blacktop area and a field, but they don't go on the field recently after snow, because after snow it gets like obviously very muddy and gross. So I did not let them on the field. They just went on the blacktop for a little while and then came in, and they were good to go because their folders were already stuffed and ready to go. So anyways, that was our day. Now I'm going to unload my trunk. I already cleared out all the papers that need to be cleared out. I need to unload my trunk and like find homes for everything that's in my trunk. It's a lot of random stuff, not just like important stuff, but also in my car I have my part of my student gifts this year. I buy books a lot of the time on First Book Marketplace, because I'm pretty sure for First Book, let me just Google so I can make sure that I am correct in saying this. Ouch. Okay, so First Book Marketplace is like an online book distributor it's a shopping place, but you have to qualify to shop there. So like, I don't mention this very frequently because I don't think it's essential to my channel, but I teach in a Title I school. So based on like the demographics of my students, I qualify to buy books there. You should try it. See if you qualify. The books are very, very inexpensive. And I actually, sometimes authors will like donate books, or publishers will donate popular books, and all you have to do is pay for shipping. So I got a class set of Dragons Love Tacos earlier this year. All I had to do was pay like $5 for shipping, and I got 25 copies, hardcover copies of the book, which is amazing. So I am going to, and I've been saving them for Christmas, so I'm going to wrap those because I have wrapping paper in my car. I'm going to wrap those books, find homes for all the things in my trunk, and then if we have time, I'll find some other things to do. I have like a little, like few sets of decorations. I have a wreath I want to hang up on our air scrubber. I have like some cheap like $1 garland from Walmart I'm going to hang up somewhere. Really just random stuff. So anyways, I should stop talking now and go unload my trunk. I'm just procrastinating that by talking to y'all. So here we go. Okay, all of the things from my car are inside. It's really not that much, y'all. It's just random stuff like the brown boxes, all those books that I wanted to wrap, the wrapping paper. I bought myself a new sign, and then someone else bought me one when I was married, so that's my like second option. The one in my window now is like a really cute pink owl. I'll put a picture of it here, but this one I really love, so I'm like, do I like switch them out sometimes just for fun? I might, but I'm like out of breath from carrying all of that stuff in and out, and also from screaming at the top of my lungs because when I was bringing stuff back in, one of our counselors came in. She's starting, like, you know, on Halloween when you boo people, we're doing Buddy, the freaking elf. She came in, she's like, you're not supposed to be here, but I get to start it. She said that I'm going to be the first one who gets Buddy, and there's like a little note on Buddy, and it says to enjoy your day with Buddy, and then add like a trinket or an accessory or like a sticker or something to Buddy, and then you have to like sneak him into a new class. And she's like, I wanted someone who I knew would be really excited. She's like, of course, like you're the one person who was here, because she was bringing him in, and I was like, ah, like at the top of my lungs, because I'm so happy. So I have Buddy. I'm so freaking pumped. I am so pumped. I'm probably going to take a picture for Instagram today because I really like my outfit and my makeup and such. So I'll take a picture today, but I won't post it until like Buddy has officially started on Monday. But I'm so happy. I wish I could like keep him. Oh my God. Literally that is my mood all the time, is how he is looking right now. That was my exact reaction when I saw her bring him in. I was like, ah! I'm so happy. Anyways, sorry. Just fun things. All of the things are out of my car now, so I'm gonna start going through them and putting them in random places. Some of it is like recent for the holiday party and stuff. Like I got these little cups. All of my kids celebrate Christmas this year, so I don't know if I've said that before, but it kind of opens us up a bit more to do like Santa themed things, or like to have the tree in my room, or do things like that, because I sent home a questionnaire and they all celebrate Christmas. Sorry, there's a jet flying over, but anyways, so just to put that disclaimer out there, we still do read and learn about other winter holidays, but if I do show something that is like Christmas themed, I just want to acknowledge that it is inclusive of all of my students this year. So just wanted to put that out there. But anyways, I have Santa cups from TJ Maxx that are recent purchase. I'm very embarrassed to say this, but I have veggie straws from Halloween. I know that they're not expired because obviously they're veggie straws, so they probably don't expire for like a year or something crazy. One of my students, I stock our snack bucket, and one of my students is gluten-free, so I have like an approved list of snacks, and like his mom is very good about sending things with him that he can eat, but you know, like things happen, he gets hungry too, and I have snacks to offer other students, so I like to just have some. So what I'm going to do, because I know they're not expired, it's no big deal, I'm going to keep those in case he needs a snack. What happened was I had purchased those and they were at my house, and then we were having our Halloween party and I didn't have them with me. I like forgot to bring them, so I ran and bought more, so the more got eaten, and those have just been in my trunk. Embarrassing. Anyways, so those will be his backup snacks. But anyways, a lot of it, like that blue crate right there, is full of like teachers' manuals and things that I brought home for virtual learning. So that's enough chit chat. Oh, and this one, my parents came to visit recently and they found that bag of supplies. It's like really old stuff from the dollar spot. They found that at our house in Maine. So my parents own a house, like kind of like a summer home in Maine, and that was there. So they're like, well, we brought it just in case like you wanted any of it. We didn't want to throw it away. So I'm gonna go through that and see if any of it is like usable. I'm sure the markers are probably like dried out and stuff, but let's get started with the things that have a place and then we'll go from there. Whew. Sorry, still excited about Buddy the Elf. Alrighty, y'all. We are at, ooh, I don't want to like bump you guys here. Let me move you a little bit. Okay, we are at the teacher table now. Sorry, I just ran into the heater. I found a home for everything and I went ahead and pulled out the number of Dragons Love Tacos. Y'all are actually like on the stack of books to match how many students I have. I have, the only thing still on the teacher table are this wrapping paper. They were buy one get one free, which is the only reason I got 2 rolls. I don't think I'm gonna need 2 rolls to wrap all 16 books. But if I don't open the other one, I'm just gonna bring it home and then I'll have it to wrap Christmas presents for my family and such. I haven't talked about this, but our last day of school is the 23rd. Crazy. I actually took the 23rd off. I put in for it like a while ago because most of y'all know, if you don't, I'm from Florida. My husband is from Florida. We only live up this way because he is a collegiate basketball coach at the University of Massachusetts. So we live up here, but no one else is here. So for Christmas, we like to go to Florida. Well, we have a dog now. Long story short, we don't want to fly, we're driving. And if I came to work on the 23rd, there's no way that we could make it there by Christmas driving because it's a 2-day drive. So we're going to leave at 6 p.m. on the 22nd after his game, and we're going to drive as late as we can, and then we'll get there really late on the 23rd. Anyways, why was I talking about that? Oh, we're going to Florida, so I'll need the wrapping paper to wrap gifts for like family and friends, because since we're not flying, we're driving, I can like bring things with me. So your girl has been shopping. Anyways, I need to wrap the books. The wrapping paper is still here, and then I have this like various red scrapbook paper. I have that one, I have stripes, and I have this like polka dot one for a like Christmas craft that I wanted to do with them either next week or like the week after. It is, I'll put a picture of it like right here. It's from TPT. I believe it's from Polka Dots Please, maybe. Hers is like Mary Math, and then I found another one that is also a Santa I will also put here. That is a Fact Family. So anyways, I wanted to use like fun scrapbook paper for the background, and these are from Michaels. You buy them like individually, but they have like a perforated side that you have to like, where the barcode is, that you have to fold and then tear off. So I just tore off all of the like barcode strips from the sides of the paper. So I have to find a place to put these until we use them. But I'm gonna go ahead and I think wrap all the books. I went back and forth about like, do I lay them all out under our class tree? Have I like really shown y'all the tree? I don't know if I have. Okay, one second, I'm gonna go show you the Christmas tree. Ta-da! There is our Christmas tree. It is hot pink. The little gingerbread men hanging on to either side were given to me by a student today. He colored them at home, he said, for our Christmas tree. So I just shoved them on the sides. There's Buddy the Elf. And I went ahead and hung up the like light garland. It was $1.70 from Walmart. So I just threw it on that bulletin board because there's still nothing there. And the fire truck balloon is still there from Thanksgiving. We're waiting to see how long it takes for it to fall. So now it's like I can't pop it because they're invested. And then up top, I don't know if I've shown these either, but I added those. I mentioned that I like was thinking about it. I did add the little things up top, and those are from Gingerbread Day that we did last week. I wanted to vlog Gingerbread Day, but I did not because it was very busy and it was on a Friday, and just like today we have that meeting on Fridays, so I didn't like have any time to do anything hardly to like get things set up for the afternoon, so I definitely didn't have time to vlog. But anyways, so I'm going back and forth about whether I want to put the books wrapped like under the tree, like you would at your house, like put gifts under the tree, or like wait until like the morning of and put them all out under the tree. I also got from Amazon Pop-It, that angle, Pop-It bracelets, and my teammate also bought Pop-Its for her kids, like a big pack, and she bought these gift tags that say like hope your holidays are poppin' or something like that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap the books and then put like string around them. You know when you do the string like over and then you do it on the bottom and then you come this way, so it's like a cross, and then you tie a bow. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the Pop It bracelet like on the bow with a tag, and then they'll just be like general, because everyone's getting a Dragon's Love taco book and everyone's getting a Pop It bracelet, and then they could like pick the Pop It bracelet that they like since it'll be on the outside. But my thing is I'm going back and forth on whether or not I want to like put them under the tree, and I think I've decided I don't want to put them under the tree until like the morning of. And when I say the morning of, I mean not the last day before winter break, but the 22nd, because I want to do that when I'm here. Obviously, like the gifts are from me, and I'm planning like all of the like holiday party and buying all the supplies for it, and I'm not gonna like leave that for a sub to do on the last day. That's like a half day. So I think I'll probably just leave her with like, or him, we have a male sub as well, I'll leave he or she with like Frosty the Snowman from YouTube and like coloring pages and things like that. But anyways, I'm thinking I'll probably end up putting them out the morning of the 22nd, the day that they're going to like get the gift, because I have a feeling that if they sit under there, they're going to get really messed up before the time comes, whether it be like by accident. Like there is Purple Table is right next to our Christmas tree, so like that one chair is really close to it. So already that chair, like I had to move the chair so that one is on the end and only two are on this side, so that no one is like right by the tree, instead of having three on the long side. Anyways, I just feel like they get messed up, so I'm gonna wrap them, but I'm not gonna put them under the tree yet. Hopefully this doesn't take me a million years. Right now it is 2:59, and our typical school day, we don't get to leave. Our contract time isn't until 3:50. So like legally, we should be working today until 3:50, and like this counts, it's for school. I'm in my classroom, I'm working, so I am going to wrap books. We'll see if I can finish in 50 minutes. I don't know, maybe I can. My mom is a really good wrapper. I don't know if I got that gene from her, but I'll do my best. Yeah, but I'm gonna do that. I want to show you, oh, this one more thing. I hung up the extra sign right there. These magnets are strong AF. I bought them from Amazon. I think they said they can hold like up to 300 pounds or some ridiculous number. So it's holding that sign like perfectly. And on the front, I put the little Christmas wreath. And up top, I have rainbow nutcrackers from Target. But I think those are the only things that like are out in the room other than the banner that I hung in the front. Oh, I had another banner from Walmart that said in the same like color scheme, Happy Holidays, in a cute font. It has like all the letters hanging on there, and I put that in the hallway with our gingerbread writings, their gingerbread writings from Gingerbread Day. I just like hung it underneath, so like their writings are out there, and then there's like a Happy Holidays banner out there, because I didn't have anywhere I wanted to put it in here, but like I already bought it, so might as well hang it somewhere. Anyways, now I'm just rambling. I'm talking y'all's ear off again, procrastinating the task at hand, which is wrapping 16 books. So I need to go get my tape and my scissors and get started. I did bring a canned coffee in my lunchbox. It's like one of the La Colombe, I think is the brand, draft lattes. It's like a triple shot espresso one, but I did have 4 shots of espresso this morning with my coffee, so I don't know if I need any more espresso. It just sounds yummy. I want to drink it. It sounds delicious. I just like the taste of coffee, but I don't eat that much espresso. We'll think about it. Anyways, time to wrap. I did it. Oh my goodness. Next time, 2 words, gift bags. But I think they'll have a lot of fun unwrapping them. And now I'm going back and forth again in my mind. Do I want to let them like unwrap them all together, or take them home and say to like open on whenever at home? I don't know. But anyways, it's 3:37, which means I was able to finish them. It took me about 45 minutes though, so there's that. And I'm realizing why I think I love this wrapping paper so much is because it is aqua. Subconsciously, I was attracted to it because that is Maddie's favorite color. My bestie girl over at Primarily Yours. All of her like classroom stuff is aqua. So anyways, so is my little tape dispenser, funny enough. Serendipitous, it used exactly the wrapping paper roll. Like, I don't have any scraps, not a single one. Like, it literally used exactly one roll of wrapping paper. Bizarre. But thanks, universe. So I'm gonna put this in the recycling bin. And then the one thing I wanted to do before, I'm sure there were like 50 other things that I wanted to do, but I didn't write them down, so not gonna remember them because I should have written them down. But one thing I remember I wanted to do, I have been like piling up my used centers. I've been just like piling them up behind my desk because I've been too lazy, to be honest, to put them away on Fridays in my closet. Let me flip it all around. You can kind of see from here. Alrighty, I'm holding you guys like on the present so it's not shaky. But in that last closet door, do you see like not the top clear thing, but the ones underneath that are all stacked up? Those hold all of my centers. My first year, I made so many centers. Obviously, we were like in person. What's tricky is, hold on, I'm gonna put the tape dispenser up here so I don't have to hold you guys. What's tricky is that I made a lot of centers. I have a whole container that is just for like holiday and December centers, which is perfect. However, I obviously in my first year, we went like suddenly virtual in March, which I'm just realizing like that means that all of the content from like March to June on our last day of school, like I don't have centers for. And for this whole year, it's been so nice because I haven't had to like print at home because we can't print in color at school. So when I make a center, I print it at home to print it in color. Then I laminate all the pieces and like put it all together. It takes a while, but it's fine. It was worth it. My first year, I put in so much work. So it's been really nice because I just like grab them and then I'm good. But I'm gonna have to make, really the only center that I like make is word work. So for the rest of the year after like we hit that point in the year where my first year went virtual, I don't have centers for it. And we didn't do centers last year because we weren't allowed to, just because like transmission rates were higher and everything. Anyways, so yeah, I have to go put those centers away, but I'm realizing that centers are gonna come back to haunt me in March. Love that for me. But I am going to, I need to find a place to put all of these books because obviously they're all wrapped up. I don't want to just like leave them on my teacher table. Got to do small groups next week, so I feel like a baton twirler. Okay, let me go put these books away and then we'll put these centers away, and then I'm thinking maybe I'll head out because like I said, I don't remember what else I wanted to do, so. Alrighty, centers are all put away. I would pop the door open and show y'all, but I keep my trash can in front of this door because this door, all of the other ones, all of them meaning the one that's like a single open door on that end, it has like a magnet to keep it closed. For whatever reason, the magnet in this one does not work, so it won't stay closed. So I just like barricade it with the trash can, but they're all back where they were, but now everything is inside of the containers, thank goodness. So that is done. There are the little Christmas lights that I mentioned, Buddy the Elf that I mentioned. One thing I have not mentioned over there under the TV, I am so excited because I'll take y'all over and give y'all a closer look in just a second. But next week in our curriculum for reading, we use Making Meaning. It's the Collaborative Classrooms reading suite. Hold on, I think there's a piece of glitter on my phone. Okay, anyways, next week our mentor text is The Snowy Day, and I'm so happy. One, because I just love that book. Two, because we got our first like real snow this week, so it's a really appropriate time to read that story. And three, because just recently I was at Kohl's, and if you're a teacher you probably know this, but Kohl's makes like stuffed plush versions of really popular book characters. I have a lot of them like over here in my library. I'll show you guys. So I have like the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I have Rainbow Fish. I have Pinkalicious and Little Critter and Biscuit. They're all like shoved down in there, and Pete the Cat. Some of them are older, some are newer. But anyways, recently I went and they had, and they're $5 and it's for an initiative that like gives back. So it's called Kohl's Cares. Recently, get to the point. Recently I went and they had a stuffed version of the main character from The Snowy Day. So he's up there. So I'm gonna go over and show you guys. there he is. There's little Peter in his snowsuit. It is so adorable. And our reading curriculum, typically I just have like one copy of the text. I have like the read aloud text, and I just read it to them, which like I'm not the biggest fan of. But anyways, one of my teammates in second grade, she had I was like mentioning how we were doing the Snowy Day next week, and I was really excited during our collaboration today. And she's like, oh, like I have a class set of the Snowy Day. Would you like to use them? So we have a class set of the books, which I'm just so excited for, that they'll be able to like flip through and read with me while I'm reading, perhaps like read for our class for parts of it, maybe for like a second read. I'm just really, really pumped because typically, like I said, we don't have class sets of the books that we read, so I'm so excited. Oh my God, also, sorry, that was a lot. I think I'm gonna go sit at my desk to chat about this because my water's over there and my arm is getting tired, but I have big news. Drum roll, please. Oh, one thing I did not find a place for is that one blue crate. That's gonna stay in my trunk as like a little trunk organizer, no big deal. I can hold like my reusable grocery bags in it, but let's get comfy. Okay, my big news that I was excited for. We use Foundations as our phonics curriculum. Great. And you guys know that like I love small group, and I love like phonics based small group, and so far this year it's been going really well using West Virginia Phonics, and I love that because it's kind of like, I've said this before, catapulted their learning, because I can like grab them where they are and teach them from there, rather than just teaching the foundation, scope, and sequence to students who already are reading those things and need to move on, and so they can learn more advanced constructions. But anywho, we have, at the end of winter break, we have PD days. I think it's like January 4th and 5th or something along those lines. Our first 2 days are like teacher work days, but they're not planning days where like we are free to do things. They're PD days that are like scheduled, like I mentioned earlier. But I was looking at the catalog for those days. That's like the list of PDs that you could pick. It's normally pretty obvious like which ones to pick based on like what you do. So like your grade band and like whether you are ELA or math, like for those grades that are departmentalized. Anyways, one of them is for geodes. Sorry, that was the longest build up to that news, and it's not that exciting. Geodes is the set of decodable text produced by Wilson and Great Minds, which is the company that makes Eureka, which is the math curriculum we use. Anyways, it's a set of decodables that match the foundation, scope, and sequence, and they like go along with the curriculum perfectly. So they're decodables that can be used like in small group to mirror what we're learning, or that could be used for like shared reading as we're learning each skill. I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited. Also, I'm like shocked that they did that. Anyways, one of the trainings, it's for that. And in like the description, it said, we have purchased geodes for all English, like ELA / homeroom teachers, grades blank through blank, but like include first grade. And I was like, oh my God. And then I went and looked at geodes, and it's like $4,000. Like if y'all ever looked up curriculum and how much it costs, it's crazy. But the geodes class set of decodables is $4,000, like per class. So I'm just like mind blown that we're getting it. But I'm so freaking pumped that we're getting it, because we have not had decodables. Like we use Making Meaning, and that does not come with decodables. They do have a set, but it's not part of Making Meaning. It's like a different curriculum. It's called Being a Reader from Collaborative Classroom, but like we don't have them. So we don't have those. And we have like a leveled library, but the books are from like the 70s, and they're not like decodable readers. They're like Fountas and Pinnell, like leveled readers, and they're like very not great. So I've never used the the leveled library that my school has. My school doesn't have an actual library, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, I'm just really excited, and I hope that it's like, it means what it says. Like I hope that it means we are all getting geodes, because that would be amazing. Anyways, it is now getting dark because it is 4 o'clock. So naturally it's getting dark, which I think is insane. Anyways, I'm getting tired. Odd cue. Decided not to drink that coffee because I don't need 7 shots of espresso in one day. I think I would actually explode of like energy, but I think I'm gonna head home now. Jake is on the road. They have an away game in Texas. So they're actually not on the road, they're in the clouds. They're flying. Anyway, so it's just me for dinner tonight. So normally on Fridays we have spaghetti and meatballs and garlic bread. It's like our little Friday night tradition. But since he's not here, I don't really feel like making spaghetti for one. So I think I might do like Chinese takeout or something, or Taco Bell drive-thru. Sorry, I was getting rambly. I think I am going to end the vlog here and head home and enjoy some of that takeout. We'll see what I actually end up with, and I'll probably edit this video tonight because Teddy is going to be exhausted. He's at daycare today, so he'll be really tired and sleepy and like just sleep the whole time, so that'll be good time to edit. And I'll go ahead and get this live for you guys. Oh, and I want to take a picture with the Buddy the Elf. I'll do that before I leave. But yeah, let me unplug my laptop. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, just want to hang out, anything like that, leave it down below as a comment, and I would love to comment back. I think next week's video, I'm going to make a full week in my life. Those are just like a doozy to like upload / like to edit, because it's just so much footage. But next week's going to be a fun week because it's going to be like wintry, not the last week before winter break, but like almost. We have a theme day that we're working for, so we'll probably do that next week. Anyways, stay tuned for that next week, but this is the end of today's video. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.